想要脱单提升魅力，
用武倍；
想要展现霸气男友力，
用武倍；
想要成为全场最霸气的交换礼物，
用武倍。
武倍对策圣诞跨年专属组合只要2099起，全款满1500输入专属折扣码 I believe 1500，再送热感润滑液。
12月31前凭发票立即抽 iPhone 15 Pro、Tesla Model Y 超大奖，快到资讯栏点击百灵果专属连结。
听说新品武倍鱼油是用5星鱼油，还添加了武倍对策专利成分跟玛卡，要不要去看看啊？今天的干爹呢是 MacEasy。
我跟你讲，我最近换了 Apple Watch， 我超开心的。可是一开始拿到的时候都是裸机，我走在路上，我超怕刮花的为
什么？
可是 it's a really nice watch，come on。
我用 Apple Watch 其实超久了。
对啊，你不会担心它刮到吗？
因为这我老公送的，我好像还好。
Come on， 我跟你说，大公主她那么的细心，她送你的时候一定所有保护措施都做好了啦。
其实我跟你说，她送我的当下，其实她拿出来的时候就已经放上 MacEasy 的保护壳了。
Yeah，
所以我其实看到你的裸机后才发现啊，原来 Apple Watch 原本不是长这样。
所以你原本不知道 Apple Watch 长什么样子哦？
我不知道啊。
哦，他当初给你的时候，它上面已经帮你放好了这个 Odyssey 的铝合金保护壳。我觉得这个保护壳超赞，它有2个部分，它里面这个呢是矽胶，然后外面这边是铝合金。
为什么要这样？
因为这样子，这个矽胶部分先把裸机，就是手表的地方先掏起来，然后外面再把那个铝合金金属的地方再靠进去，这样除了比较密合之外，在拆装的时候不会金属靠金属，然后留下来就会刮痕，有没有？这个铝合金不会直接靠到你的手表，这样很棒哎。
所以有橡胶的保护就是会更安全的意思。
That's what they say.
OK 不过我其实换了 Apple Watch， 我最喜欢的是可以一直换表带，因为很多时候不管是工作啊，穿什么各种颜色的洋装，其实不同的表带就可以让你不用换手表，你就只要随着表带去换那个搭配就好了。
等一下，你有在乎搭配这件事情吗？
我有，你没有发现吗？
我没有发现。
但我就有超级多的表带，因为 MacEasy 就有很多种完全不同风格的表带可以选择像我非常喜欢的呢，就是这个糖果表带，因为它就有很多颜色，然后还有它这个是玫瑰金磁吸的表带，然后就是可以，你知道，就吸住这样。
这个看起来很方便
大家还是要小心哦，还好有保护壳。
不过你说的是蛮对的，像我以前会为了不同场合准备不同的手表，像运动的时候有运动表嘛，然后去约会有约会表，然后看客户有客户表之类的。
去夜店有夜店表，
夜店表
的时候
叫稀花一点
一拿出来就很 bling bling 这样。
对，那现在只要换表带就好了耶。而且我现在手上这个高山表带我很喜欢，因为原厂的高山表带啊，它只有 Ultra 才可以用。那这个 MacEasy 呢，他们就是出了各种 size 都可以使用的高山表带，非常方便哦。
所以 MacEasy 上面有非常多各式各样不同功能的表带呢，欢迎大家自己去选购。现在有折扣码，去看一下有没有自己喜欢的功能。MacEasy 推出全新的 Apple Watch 系列配件，不论是高质感的日常穿搭，又或是户外机能感，都能兼具。现在只要到 MacEasy 官网输入专属折扣码 I believe， 即享全站92折优惠哦。
Welcome to Catching Up, where we catch you up with the latest news, hot gossip, and what's happening in our lives. This is Peggy.
This is Ken.
This is Kylie.
And I forgot what we're going to do today.
We are sitting on
because
our
we haven't
new
done this
sofa.
podcast for a long time, and I found out that Peggy started her own show, Peggy for show. I was like, oh, she just abandoned us.
I didn't know.
I thought you did. You even made a sign, right? Put it in the back. I was like, oh, wow.
That's just the name of my channel.
So what is Peggy for show about?
That's the name of my channel,
Yeah.
my YouTube channel. And now I'm starting podcasts just to chat with people. So sometimes I'll
just to replace us, I think.
No.
No, I see that you just invite a lot of good-looking people, though.
That's not true.
That is very true.
What do you mean that's not true?
The
So
last
they
guy,
are not good
the last
looking,
guy
right?
was on your show. He was very handsome.
Yesterday, Doggy came to my show.
Okay.
He's not popular with his look.
Oh my God.
Are you saying that Doggy is ugly?
Yeah, that's what she meant.
He's popular about his talent and how outspoken he is as a person.
Oh my God, you're a horrible person.
Oh my God. So you're pretty much saying Doggy is ugly.
No, that's not what I said. I'm just saying he's popular with his talent, that people like him
for his rap
for
music.
being as how he is as a rapper. Also, he's very outspoken for things that he thinks that's not reasonable.
So what do you guys talk about on the show though? Just like random chats, or you have like a certain topic that you want to talk about?
Just actually random things about what gave him all the motivations of his raps, and also I asked him because he's good friends with MC Hot Dog. And MC Hot Dog is also the host in China for one. I'm actually not very
中国有
familiar
嘻
with.
哈吧
Yes, yes.
I see.
A rap show or something.
Yeah.
And so I asked him, does it affect your friendship with him? Or do you need to
you're pretty
hide
short.
your...
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question.
But he's totally okay with that.
Yeah, I think
What
musicians are okay with this kind of stuff, though.
And I
right?
asked him, do you need to hide your friendship? Or do you need to, like, you know... Because sometimes people want to be considerate, so they won't post their pictures. Or they will try to hide it, not letting people know, even if they're actually friends.
Oh, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Yeah, we actually hide a lot of our friendship too.
Yeah, just like, we don't want to get people in trouble, right?
Yeah, we don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a common thing to do because when they are like making money there and they are just having a living there, you don't want to.
Yeah. Pretty much what we
Well,
talked about yesterday.
So Christmas is coming up. So you're gonna go to where to celebrate Christmas with a boyfriend?
I'm going to Canteen. with my
Okay.
friend.
You're going to Canteen.
Yeah,
In
with my boyfriend.
December.
That's like the southern part of Taiwan, right?
Yes, I thought
Yeah.
it's always going to be summer, like sunny days.
Okay, you never been to Canteen in December, right? Okay, for me, people who go to Canteen in December are like white people only.
What do you mean? What does that
Because
mean?
it's firstly it might not be too cold, that's true, but during that time usually there's a really strong wind.
Right.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
very windy.
It's not even windy. You call that like typhoon like.
Seriously?
Seriously, if
No-
you go
no
on the
way.
yeah, it's
So-
like called 落山风 during that season. So
I remember.
yeah, so local people won't go. I mean, like local Taiwanese
I prep a
usually
lot
don't
of-
go to during that time, especially if you want to go to the beach, enjoying the sunshine with a bikini. It's gonna hurt. You can try and
I
make some
prep
reels.
a lot of swimsuits and nice dresses.
Oh my God.
You won't need them, I suppose.
You can still try.
You can
still
bring
try.
a helmet too, just
I
in
really
case.
You
thought-
can feel the sandstorm.
Sandstorm?
Yes, it hurts.
Just like on the beach, like the
On the
sand will
beach.
be blown out.
Seriously?
Yeah. Only if
Oh,
you're really
wow.
lucky, maybe the wind will go down. But usually
Usually
that's
it's not,
really
it's not a pleasant experience, I suppose.
on the beach.
On the beach.
On the beach.
So you guys would just stay in your hotel room, right? You got a pretty nice hotel, I suppose.
No, just okay. Okay, hostel. Not hostel, like
Hostel?
a...
Peggy, have you ever stayed in a
please
hostel?
let us know your definition of a hostel.
Yeah.
What is
Have
a
you-
hostel?
Like it's not a chain hotel. And
Boutique
it's more
hotel?
like a personal-owned, private-owned hotel place.
That's just
like
called
a
B&B,
bread and
right?
breakfast. Yes,
Oh.
Okay.
bed and breakfast.
So does your family own that place?
No.
Or- Is that, okay, I'm gonna go on vacation with my boyfriend, so I'm gonna buy a place
No,
just
no.
in case.
You guys are exaggerating it. No.
Okay. So
Okay.
have fun, enjoy.
But-
I mean,
but-
some people they still go to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
But since Peggy brought this up, I have to ask though. Peggy, have you ever stayed in a hostel before?
Like, what is
Hostel.
your definition
Hostel.
of hostel?
Hostel
Like
is
sharing
hostel.
a room with other people?
Yeah, like use
no,
hostel.
No.
So
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have.
when I was
yeah.
backpacking in Europe, I did
Yeah.
that.
When I was backpacking with my friends, everybody's staying hostel.
you ever
And
backpacked?
nothing was
What do you mean?
stolen? Like,
No,
nothing
there's-
none of
there
your
are
stuff
No,
lots
was
of
it's just
stolen.
like you sleep with your backpack on.
What about when you need to go out?
Oh, there are lockers. You put it in the locker. You bring your own lock, so just lock it up.
And there was one time that I was sleeping and my roommate, which I don't know, were having sex with a random girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the whole
And how many
experience
people
of
were there in a room?
No, it depends on how much you pay for your rooms, right? Like for some hostels, they have like 2-bedroom, single rooms.
Yeah.
Like if
Oh,
you
they
pay them
do.
more.
They
yeah.
do.
And there's like
4
2
people,
people,
8
4 people,
people.
4 people, 8 people, and sometimes you stay in a gymnasium, like I did in Denmark.
Oh, gymnasium is cool.
When I went to Copenhagen, oh wow, in 2013. No, 2003. Sorry, 2003.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's 20 years ago. I'm so
Oh
old.
my God.
I'm so old.
Were you born?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm 1993.
1993. I stayed in this hostel. It was a gym. Like you can still see the basketball hoop in the gym, but there was
Okay.
just like maybe 50 bunk beds, so you can fit like 100 people inside.
Oh, so just like the communal hospital for COVID, during COVID.
Yeah. It's like a COVID center, pretty much. So I suppose that's
Exactly
what.
like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
And the
already
bed-
started picturing what is it
yeah,
like.
the bed was really shitty. It's just, but it's very cheap. It was
Okay,
really.
of
Yeah,
course,
in
of course.
Denmark, everything was expensive, so
Oh,
that's
I
like the
see.
cheapest thing I can afford.
Okay.
I can find.
That's cool.
So it was
It's
kind
okay.
of cool.
People have different choice to experience.
Yeah.
I would like to try. But okay, since you mentioned about scary hotels, I've been in motels in the States.
Oh, motels in States? That sounds scary.
It is.
Sketchy.
It was.
Where
so sketchy.
was this place?
That was in
Which state it was?
Colorado.
Wow,
Denver, because we
what?
went camping, and there was one night I was telling my boyfriend I really need a hot bath. I cannot stand for
How
this
many
anymore.
days did you?
We only stayed one night, and then we just
No,
left.
I mean, like, how many days did you like stop showering? I mean,
I
have you
think
had-
that was 3.
so you didn't
3
have
days.
shower for 3
Yeah,
days. So
yeah.
you say, okay, yeah.
We were and we were hiking all day.
I thought you were like, okay, it's been like 15 minutes. I need a shower now.
no, that was a long hike
Oh,
the whole
wow.
day, and I just really need a hot bath. And we just booked this motel, which is
Holiday
I don't
Inn?
think it's
No.
cheap.
Holiday Inn
No.
usually is
It's
pretty
pretty
okay.
It's not
It's
that
pretty
bad,
okay.
but the motel was horrible because even the curtain was fallen off. It was just hanging there. So
Yo,
people
that's so
walk past your room can literally look in there. Like they
Oh
can
my
see
God, that's
whatever is happening in
so
there.
bad.
And as soon as we walk into that bedroom, like I cannot even describe that smell. It was horrible. Like
It's like somebody died
cigarette with
inside.
mold.
Oh my! So it's
Corpus.
exactly like a movie scene.
Yes. It was
Oh
so
my
fucking disgusting.
God.
We didn't even dare to sleep on that sheet. We went back to our car and get our
Your camping gears,
the
right?
sleeping
Oh,
bag and everything.
wow.
We literally camped on the motel bed
Oh wow.
because it was so
man.
dirty. And then you know those how
Did you look under your mattress? I will be like, I wonder what had happened here.
we didn't even dare to park the car at their parking lot. Seriously.
No.
So we drove somewhere else to park the car and walked back to the motel.
Why?
Because just how the people there were all kind of scary. Like when you see
really?
them, you don't even dare to look them into the eyes.
No.
And we're just looking down, walking past. And you know, my boyfriend is not even like a skinny guy.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
what-
huge.
Was he
He's
scared
pretty-
too?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought he
Like-
kind of grew up with that. No?
No, he lives in a little town, which people are not that scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like buff.
Oh, yeah.
He's
He's a
huge,
big
but he
dude.
was scared as fuck. And before we went to
No way.
bed, he walked to the door and placed the chair
Oh, I
just
see.
to block the
Oh
door
my
so that
God.
people cannot break into our bedroom.
shit.
But did you
Seriously.
cover the window?
Yes, of course. So there were 2 chairs. One is to hold the curtain so that people cannot look inside, and the other one is to block the door.
Okay. Oh, there are a lot of chairs
God.
in that room.
Just do.
Just
Just do.
wow, that's
Oh, that was pretty scary. Okay, okay,
Okay,
good,
you
good. You
pass.
win, you win. She was like, oh, shit.
I need to come up with some scary stories that I've been.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Peggy, like you sent us in the group chat saying that you found something really interesting about Meta, right? Is that what we're going to talk about
That
today?
was not Meta. That
No.
was in the UK.
Okay.
So now they have this online act that has already passed. That
Online Protection Act.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the law is about that they have to protect children on the internet so that they won't get the access to pornography.
Oh,
So-
that sounds like a bad life for kids in UK.
When was the first time that you watched porn? How
Like,
old were you?
How do you define porn?
Like porn.
Like with like real dicks?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Probably 7th or 8th grade.
7th or 8th grade?
Because like in Taiwan,
That
you
was
know,
pretty young.
because on
Uh-huh.
Cable Network, they have this kind of in the late night they will play those like mature movies.
Yeah.
But those like Hong Kong mature movies, they never show you real
Was it there
genitals
like real fucking in?
in those like mature movies.
Yeah.
Hong Kong mature movies.
Yeah.
Well, they act like they're fucking, but you know they're not fucking, right? You know, like
Okay.
those like 慈禧
Oh,
秘
I
密生
see.
活. You know
Oh,
what I'm
I
saying,
see.
right? Like they
So it
they
was
don't show you
implied, so
anything.
it was implied.
Yeah. So like I didn't see any real like genitals on TV until probably grade 7.
Grade 7. That was
That
still pretty
was-
early. That was like
Which-
13
No,
years
because
old.
that's when I went to Europe. Their late night TV was different. Back in the 1990s. I'm so old.
So the thing is, because it's so easy for kids to get access to pornography online, and a lot
Right.
of the pornography is a little too extreme
Oh yeah,
and
that's
got like
true.
really nasty, and it's they have all
Yeah.
this not good knowledge about having sex.
Mm-hmm.
So so now they try to like protect these kids, try to raise the bar to like get access to pornography. So what do you think, Ken?
I think it's actually a good thing because I still remember. Oh no!
What?
Because something just came back. I think the first time I see genital like sex tape was maybe in grade 5 or grade 6.
Okay,
and you
question.
were shocked.
No,
Okay.
it was so bad because that was.
What did you see?
Because my whole family we stay in this hotel for one night because.
You were with your family?
Yeah, I was with my family because I think that there was a power outage or something. So my family went out and stayed at this hotel. But it's like a love motel, right? Love hotel. There's a lot of them in Taiwan, right? And in a love hotel, there's usually one channel that's
Right.
that's crazy.
Yeah, just
you
porn,
can see
just-
everything, like pure porn.
Right.
But back then in the 1990s, porn had no limit. I saw a woman
What do you mean?
had sex with a dog on TV.
On
Seriously?
TV?
Yeah, because my dad was flicking through channels. Because I don't think my dad have ever stayed in a love motel.
Embarrassing.
Now he flicked through it. I was like, and then he just like, "Ah!" It just came back to me. I was like,
But did you get it? Did you get what was happening
Of
when you
course,
saw that?
it's a woman fucking a dog.
No, because the
Oh,
first
not the
time,
other way around?
Wow, what a dog fucking woman?
How
How's
does
that different?
a dog even fuck a woman?
I don't know. Like how is a woman fucking a dog?
Well,
All right. I didn't think.
Like using stuff?
no, just like doggy style.
Oh, I see.
What, you know what doggy style means? Like dog use doggy styles.
Okay.
So the woman was, doing doggy style, and the male dog just penetrated her from the back.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's crazy.
So it's actually the dog that's fucking the woman.
Yeah.
Well, how's that different? How is the woman fucking a dog different?
That's just,
Well, a
Yeah.
woman, like, you mean the woman sitting on top of a dog?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Sorry, we're just trying to be explicit. I'm sorry.
I'm
If
sorry.
you're underage, now it's not the great show for you to watch. If it's
It's too late.
Yeah,
we'll put explicit.
Because the first time that I saw it, I didn't get it. I was all confused. It was the same. It was an accident that I turned to that channel, and I was
Were
like,
you with your family?
"No,
Or
I was
by
on my
yourself?
own," and I just couldn't get it.
How
I
old were
didn't-
you?
I think I was in the 3rd grade.
Oh,
Third grade,
okay.
that's really young.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't. I couldn't figure it out what's going on. They were both naked, and I was like, "What exactly are they
So
doing?"
did you stay on that channel and just
Did you
like
ask
wonder?
your parents what they're
Did
doing?
you just watch and
I
wonder?
stayed because I didn't feel anything. Like I don't feel it's embarrassing or anything. For me,
You were
it's just like
confused. It's
yes,
like,
I was just
what are
all
they doing?
confused. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Then when did you figure out they were having sex? Did you ask someone?
I don't know. How did I don't remember. How did I find out later?
Okay.
Interesting.
Maybe just after watching it several times, and I got it. Maybe that's something that's supposed to be fun.
Or continue to going backward and see where can I find
in my
those?
elementary school, we pass around like since hentai comic
Yeah.
back then. That's like grade 3, grade 4. So I kind of have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, I
right? So
kinda
when I
had
saw
ideas
the
too.
crazy bestiality thing, I got it right away. I was like, oh shit, that's
Oh, that was
That's
really
nuts.
crazy. So you think even though everybody like young kids have access to internet all the time, so is it still good to try to protect them from seeing all those
yeah,
things?
I don't think kids should see bestiality, man.
Okay.
It's
Seriously.
crazy.
Then at what age they should be able to
To
see
see
all this?
bestiality, never. I don't even think anyone should see bestiality. It's too crazy, man. It's too insane. I don't think you guys want to see it.
No, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't wanna see
Peggy's
it.
like, oh, I was in Thailand.
No. I would say for pornography, probably middle school would be okay.
Middle school, but if when they're talking about protecting kids, I'm sure it's
From the
all-
internet.
From the
Yes.
internet.
Internet has everything, though, right?
Yeah.
True. And
Yeah.
a lot of weird things.
Or just have to categorize porn, like instead of just having a regulated movie industry, saying that this is for 12 years old or go with your
Yeah.
parents. For porn, maybe there's
Like educational porn for
or
for
just like this is like
teenagers.
normal. There's like hardcore. There's like slapping porn. There's like all this different kind of stuff, and let them ease in to porn, not just
Also-
like me. All of a sudden, see bestiality. It's
Were
like,
you,
my
were
whole
you
world completely-
traumatized for a long
See,
time?
I still remember it.
No, you tried to cut it off.
I tried
from
to
your
cut it off, and
memory.
then we were talking about it, and it came back, and I was like,
Sorry.
Also, I think there are a lot of wrong information
yeah,
yeah, of course.
in porn.
in porn.
that they would make. I think it's misleading to make men thought, this is actually pleasing,
Yeah, I know.
but actually they're not.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but like the kids are gonna see porn, right? even though not
Yeah,
not on the internet, like
regardless of what you do, they will see it. So what? I'm actually curious. What is the UK trying to do? How are they gonna block it, or they just pass it? They don't know what they're gonna do yet.
Yeah, so they have the statistics that 1 in 10 children sing is by age 9. So they're starting to take this seriously. They give all these platforms some choices. So one of it is they'll start scanning the user's face.
Oh, that's...
Yes, and they'll use the I think that software to guess what is the age, whether this user is an adult or not.
That sounds like what China would be doing.
Yeah, and also if that...
Speaking of that,
sorry.
You know, now is the end of the year, and a lot of people start to share what is the trend of Google, what is the most search, and what are the categories and stuff. So I look it up, and one of the most searched in China, which they don't get the access of Google unless they use VPN. So the top 7th was to look for porn.
Yeah, of course.
Using Google.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty interesting.
Well, I'm surprised it's only the 7th. I thought that would be
the
like
number one.
At least number 1 or 2. But you say that they're gonna scan faces, right? I don't think those facial recognition works though. Like, what if it's an Asian user and Asians just don't crack, right? We just look the same since since we were like 14. Kylie has been like this since she was 12.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So how can you tell?
I was like dating a lot of people and nobody knew I was only 12. No, like 14.
Peggy,
14.
I'm pretty sure you
look a little more mature than
I
your...
do look more mature, yes.
Yeah,
and also
so...
the difference of my makeup, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think, of course, it's really hard to implement, and I think it's kind of unfair to impose all these responsibilities on the platform, because if the platforms hold this kind of private information, like randomly scanning faces, what if somebody try to get the information?
Yes, that's one of them.
That would be horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? I would not want to hold that kind of private information
what
for my
if the
users.
info is leaked, right?
Yeah.
All the database of all the children
Like
in
hacked.
UK. That's crazy. Like,
even
parents would go mad.
It is because it says that Pornhub is now the 14th most visited website in the world. So imagine how many users are there on their website, and so how much personal information that they're collecting. So that's also
their
one
personal
concern.
preference, actually.
Yeah.
Like cannot. It looks a little uneasy. I was like, no.
Bestiality, you gotta go.
So I have a question for you. When you watch porn, do you usually use your phone or your computer?
Use computer.
Do you face direct to the monitor or the screen?
How else would you?
Yeah,
face
like
the
I don't
screen?
know. Like,
What
okay,
do you mean?
Are you gonna
Turn around.
Are you gonna look up? Are you gonna sit on the floor and put your hand on the table and use the mouse?
I always
I don't
find
understand.
really insecure. Okay, sometimes I'm naked at home, but if that, and when I'm using the
camera?
computer, I'll always block it.
Oh,
Or-
you mean?
You
because
mean tape up
you're
your
using your
camera,
laptop
right?
and
Yes.
tape up the camera. Oh, of course.
Yeah, you can
But
tape
when
up
you're
your
watching
camera.
porn, you must be doing something, right? So
Yeah.
you won't want to face the screen direct.
Well, it depends on your setup, right? Like if you use a laptop, of course, protect yourself. But if you have a regular PC, there's no camera, then that
Okay,
means just
okay.
use AirPlay, put it on your TV, and no
Okay,
camera will
okay.
be watching you.
Ah, that's a way. Okay.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a high tech way.
Even when I'm scrolling through my phone and I'm naked in bed, and I'll just tilt it a little bit so that it's not facing me.
Oh, wow.
Then how about just don't get naked all the time when you use your phone?
But you're at home.
Yeah, but you still feel okay. So I think that was Brian's podcast. He mentioned this. He said
Which
we
Brian?
have
Brian's
Branson. Yeah, he mentioned there was one because now iPhone has this live video picture thing, and then he asked his friend. He said, "I'm now gonna start pointing 1 to 5 and press that button when I point to 3." So his friend did. And then when they're watching it backwards, he realized it started taking the video when he was only pointing 1 and 2, which means they're filming all the time.
Okay, like pre-recording a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
right?
It's okay. I think if people have a way to get into my phone, I think the camera is the least thing I have to worry about. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's like, camera, sure, take it. Just don't get my other stuff.
That is so true.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? You got stuff on on your phone that's
No,
scary?
no, I'm careful with that.
Okay.
Good for you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good for you.
But only when I'm scrolling the phone, yeah. I'll be more careful with that.
But speaking of this, though, I just saw this a news video on YouTube the other day. It talks about how Pakistan has this pandemic of revenge porn. You know, just like because in Pakistan, women's rights is not really valued. Sorry to say this, but it is what's happening there.
Right.
So just a lot of people would just like after they break up with a girl or the girl just are not interested in the guys, they will maybe either share the intimate photos that the girl have sent them or Photoshop photo of the girl's face onto some sexy pictures. And then because the culture there is very conservative,
Right.
these girls would eventually kill themselves.
Yeah.
Would there be any consequences to those guys who spread this?
Well, Pakistan technically have one of the strictest rules against internet abuse, but police don't really take this kind of complaints seriously. So it's one thing that you have this kind of rules in place, but this is the other thing about enforcing, right? So
I think
it's really scary.
It's really serious, and so I think it's really important to let little boys and girls know that never send your naked pictures. I think it's because of the social media or smartphone. Because when we grew up, we didn't have smartphones,
Right.
so we didn't have to worry about that. So it became more and more common for little kids to send naked pictures, and it's never protected. And I remember when I was like 12 years old or even 11 maybe, and we didn't even have smartphones. But my mom always told me that never took any naked pictures off the camera.
Was
Like,
your
just
mom
to-
a strict mom?
I thought you were going to say mustard.
I thought you were gonna say like slutty or something.
No, I thought you were going to say stripper.
That's even closer. Strict.
Mom.
Not on me. No, not really. I think she was just really open about it, and I think it's really cool because I always remember I was like pretty crazy and like dating a lot of people when I was really young. But I always remember that I never let anybody take my naked pictures when I was really young. I think that was cool.
Only when her mom is pretty open with many other things, and this is the only thing that she warned you that you'll take it.
Oh man, she warned me a lot of stuff, but this is the stuff that I remember. But I still think it's really cool because back in the day, no parents really openly talk about this kind of stuff. And maybe she knows me too, so she was like...
she's going to take naked photos. So you can take it, but just don't share it.
Yeah. So last Tuesday or like the Tuesday of the same week, so we just uploaded our new KK show with Luc Besson and Caleb Landry Jones. I want to make sure we got his name right. So they are in Taiwan to promote his new film, Dogman, right?
Yeah.
So after the interview, because it was like a huge thing for us because it's a Hollywood level guest.
Hollywood level guest came to our studio.
Came to our studio, and Ken is a big fan of Luc Besson.
Yeah.
I love his Lucy.
We did a lot of preparation, but after the interview, we thought it was okay, but we didn't think we opened him up.
Yeah, because he was really tired. Like you can tell in his
he was really tired.
Like his eyes were bloodshot.
Right.
They flew from Beijing to Taipei, and after they drop off everything,
they came to our show. They came to our studio.
They did a little bit of interview with the media, something, and then they came straight to our studio. So he was really tired. Yeah.
So we feel like it wasn't like the perfect show, but we could do better next time. Something like that. And the next day, because I was with the team, Luc Besson and the main character, Caleb, the whole day because I was hosting events, like press conference and the premiere for them. And I figured that, no, he was actually really happy with us.
Really?
Oh,
so he
really?
liked us? Because in the beginning, I thought he was like, he didn't feel anything about us. So I was like,
because we didn't want to only focus on the new movie. We want to talk about other stuff because he did a lot of stuff in the film industry and we are really interested in. But we feel like he only wanted to talk about his film, which we understand. But we thought that we could do better. But anyways, the next day during the press conference, we were having like a short interviews on the stage, and then they opened up to the floor to questions by the media. And one of the journalists raised her hand and started to ask questions about, we heard that you really like Taiwanese street food. So what street food are you planning to eat, or did you like, or did you eat this time? And Lu Besson was saying that, okay, this is kind of question that I really don't like to answer because I spend so much time on my film. This is all I care about right now, but I really don't want to only talk about this street food. Okay, so he was clear. I was like, okay, cool. Of course, he has the right to say whatever he wants.
But he sounds neutral, right?
What do you mean neutral?
Like, he doesn't
Because
sound
that was
too-
the beginning, right? That was the first time he was asked.
That was the first time. I don't think he was like neutral. I think he was a little upset, but he wasn't like yelling.
Right.
But of course, you knew that he wasn't really happy. I was like, okay, cool. He has a little attitude, but understandable. And then another journalist raised, his hand and asking exactly the same question, but in a different context. But it's the
still
same
about
thing.
food.
It's still about the food. It's still about the
God.
food. And I think he was not really happy. And then I was like, yeah, but of course, because these are not like professional film industry media. They were just trying to get something that could
For
catch
headlines, yeah.
attention for
Right.
headlines to catch attention of like ordinary Taiwanese people. So, but he was not really happy. And then Caleb, he was really sleepy. He came out and then say something. And I think I wasn't really clear, but I think the third journalist also asked something that he
There
wasn't
was
really
a
happy.
third
Yeah, I
one.
think there was a third one, but I think of course they switched the question a little bit, but you could still that it's not about the movie.
Oh my God. So what
And-
do the dogs like to eat?
I forgot the exact question, but I was
Okay.
like, oh shit, because I was the host. I was thinking whether I should intervene or I should let the journalists do their job. So I was debating a little bit.
Right.
And it was really interesting that because we also got an interpreter there, and the interpreter was looking at me because he assumed that he shouldn't be translating that question. But because I was an interpreter for like 7 years, for our training, we usually don't do that judgment call. Yeah.
So you don't decide whether you
we
should
don't
translate
decide
it
So
whether
or
leave
we
it
not.
to the
translate.
host, which is you.
I think host should decide, not the interpreter, right?
So-
But interpreter, I think he's really experienced in the film industry. So that's why he
He
kind of
looked
looked
at
at
you.
me and then
waiting for you to
waiting
decide.
for me to do something. I was like, oh shit! Oh shit! And then the producer, Lu Besson's wife, she actually came out and said something that I think was pretty nice.
So that's before you guys translated anything. She just came out.
I think the translator translated a little bit,
And
but
then
not
stopped?
the whole thing. But
Right.
not the whole thing.
Oh.
But you probably could still know.
Guess the context. It was
guess the
going to
context.
that conclusion. Right?
Can you-
Like,
Oh,
it's
fuck.
gonna be about.
Could you see his
Food or
facial
time.
expression at that time?
I think he wasn't really happy for
Okay,
sure. He wasn't
okay.
really happy. But he wasn't exploding, not like that. And then his wife came out and said something like, okay, I know that people are curious that whether we love Taiwan or why we always come to Taiwan. I'm going to tell everybody, it's not the exact wording, but we come to Taiwan so many times because, of course, we love this place.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't come all the time. So please stop asking questions about that. There's no doubt we like this place.
Oh.
And that, I mean, it was like, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's professional.
It's really professional.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
And then
really cool.
after the press conference, and then he told me that, and then he was like, Kylie, so I think that I like press conference, but this format, it's no way that you can connect to these people. And those people, they probably didn't have time to like look at the film. So I think the podcast, that the way that we did at your studio, that was perfect because I could say whatever I want. We could joke. I can really talk about the films, and you guys do your work, do your homework, and I like that better. Something like that.
Really? We
Yeah,
really
that's what he
did-
said. That's
we
what he
really did our
said.
homework. We really did our homework.
I know. That's
though.
what he said. I was like, cool, okay. And I immediately called Ken. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, he was actually pretty happy.
Because I was so scared that he was like not happy after the
Really?
podcast. Because he's my idol, right?
I know. I
That's
So-
what he needed to hear.
know. Yeah.
So I was really happy when he called me. I was like, oh, thank God.
I
'Cause
know.
we did
He
a lot
put
of
away
homework,
his
though.
baby
'Cause
and
I-
then talked to me.
Yeah, because we try to look for his interviews, right? But he doesn't really do like long form interviews. A lot of them are like, those like
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, the
short
film. Yeah,
interview.
short interview
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Talk about this movie. That's it. I only found one podcast that he was on and he talked for like 30-40 minutes.
I really like that podcast.
because he was really personal and
Mm,
he shared a lot of his personal experiences.
yeah, I
Right.
think
So
that
I
one
got a
was
lot
really
of
cool.
information from that podcast and used that to ask him. Maybe
We thought that could open him up,
but it
I don't
didn't.
think so. I don't think
Yeah.
so. And then at the very last moment, because we asked him and Caleb to sign our table, and he actually drew a dolphin
Yes.
on the table. I was like, shit. I think if I talk about the Big Blue, maybe I can open him up because I just watched the Big Blue. I really like it.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
his,
really like the
second
Fifth
film,
Element
right?
or like action movie. It's just not my thing because the Big Blue was his first movie that made him well known, especially in Europe. Like the first, like a really threshold.
Because that movie broke record. It was in theater for 60-something weeks.
Yeah, in Europe.
You
It
never
wasn't like
see
a big
that
thing in the US.
anymore, right? How can you see a movie staying in the theater for 60
And it
something
was
weeks?
about like free diving and how he swam with dolphin, and then it was like my stuff,
Yes,
right?
that's what you love.
So Ken was like, I know, and Ken was like,
we didn't know, right?
we didn't know, because I didn't want to talk about all these old things.
Whole thing because he specifically said, I want to talk about this movie. So we're like, oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah, but I was really sad that I didn't get to ask the controversy that he had,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like I need to ask this, but he wasn't really open to talk about
Yeah.
that. So, well, next
We'll
time
do
will be better.
next-
We'll
yeah.
do better next
Hopefully
time.
next
is what
time he
it
come back
is.
to Taiwan, he will still want to come to our
We'll
show.
see.
Because he's
There's
still got a
always a
movie coming,
start.
right? It's like
He's
the Weekend
he's
Chase.
just the producer of that movie.
But it's his wife who is making the movie, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Virginia. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
Virginie.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Virginie.
it's okay.
So they will definitely come to Taiwan again, and hopefully when they're doing the press tour that time, we can get them back.
We'll see what's
I
gonna
bet
happen.
so. Maybe they'll even request, I don't want to do the press conference, but I want to go to Bilingual.
Yeah, because if he had a
he's
good
tired
experience-
of all those stupid questions.
Yeah, because you say his wife is really cool, right? So
Yeah,
if we
his
can do a
wife is
conversation
nice.
with the wife and Luc Besson, maybe the wife can tame him a little bit, make him not less,
I don't
angry.
know, but I personally love Caleb the most.
Oh yeah, Caleb
He
is sweet.
is so
Caleb is a
fucking sweet.
sweetheart.
He is so sweet.
But the movie, the marketing agency said that Caleb is a little bit shy in the beginning.
yeah, we thought that
So we thought that
we
Caleb
assumed that he's shy too because we watched all his interview and he didn't feel he didn't look like he was comfortable talking all the time.
Oh, so he's not a very talkative person?
No,
No,
he
that's
was
what we
actually
thought,
he
right?
was actually so
He's- yeah, he
open-minded.
talked
He
about
was
everything.
talk about everything. He even jumped out to like handle the situation when it was a
right.
little
And
awkward.
Yeah, that's
before we
really
started the
sweet.
podcast,
he was
like
asking
so
a
cute.
lot of questions like,
Oh, how did you guys meet? How did you guys start the podcast?
he
And
was
what did you guys
genuinely interested in
Yeah.
us, and he was so sweet. So I actually asked him because he's a musician,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, so what's the difference? Do you like acting better or being a musician? He was like, you know what? I think I like both because acting is like working with the whole world, like to make a movie work, right?
Yeah.
And then, but musician is all about myself. I need to
Yeah,
only
he's a very sensitive person.
talk to myself. So I love these two things. So I was like, oh, these are like two extremes of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I was like,
But he's a really cool person.
I think he's
though.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
Okay.
Okay, just before we end, I just look it up and I think it's really funny because what you said about the press conference.
Oh
but
my God.
A
It's on
lot
the
of
news,
media, Taiwanese media, they're all talking about how he is excited to have Taiwanese food, about xiaolongbao or something. And I think it's so fucking stupid.
But that all those news were like the day before the real press conference. Yeah, and
gotcha. All right,
all the
all right.
headlines about that press conference was about he was a little offended.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
All right.
well.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.